All right, so for example, the other day I had a dream, and it was like, I don't know if you would consider it a skyscraper, but the building was like 4 stories tall. At first, when the dream started, it was like I was flying in an airplane, but in the airplane, it was like we were upside down, and like the world was in reverse and flipped. And every time we would try to turn the airplane like the right side up, we would end up flipping again. Like it would forcefully flip back to the upside down. And it's like I can kind of tell when I'm dreaming. So once I catch on that I'm dreaming, it become kind of a lucid dream, if you know what I mean. But past that, it was like the dream had animals in it, and it's like the animals were becoming kind of, I guess you could say, feral. And it would be animals that you would usually see in a zoo. Like, so the first animal that popped up was a giraffe, but it wasn't standing on its 4 legs. It was kind of like scribbled. Like, you know, the back rooms, if you've seen the back rooms, you know what I mean. It was kind of like, it looked like a memory. But I could tell it was a giraffe because, you know, the color, long neck, long leg, and stuff like that. And as we approached the 4-story building, it's like we went through an elevator. The airplane disappeared. So I don't really know what happened to the airplane, but once we got in the building, it was like people working within the building. And the building had 4 stories, right? So every time you would go in the elevator to enter a new floor, it's like each floor had a different setting. The first floor was where everybody was working at. And then the second floor, it was like kind of like a maze. And we started, I don't know who was in the dream, but it was some people I knew. But I couldn't really tell who their face was. But anyways, the second animal I seen was a gorilla. And then it was a chimpanzee. It's like they were chasing us, but they couldn't get to us. We could just hear them and see them trying to get through like cracks in the wall. And it's like once I became aware that I was dreaming, I kind of started to enjoy it. Like it wasn't even really scary because I was just trying to figure out what this building was, you feel me? But one thing that stood out to me the most was when I tried to go to the 4th floor, they would tell me not to go because the construction wasn't done. So I ended up like beginning to go to the 4th floor, right? And as I was heading to the 4th floor, I was looking at everybody's face, and I'm like, why they looking like that? They must really don't want me to go to this 4th floor. So I ended up not going, and I ended up going back to the 1st floor where everybody was working at. Then I began to ask around, like, what was wrong with the 4th floor? And they just kept telling me the construction wasn't done. And after I asked somebody about the 4th floor to get an answer, that's when I woke up. I don't know, these dreams really do be like a movie though. But it's like, I never have the same dream. I used to have the same dreams, but it's always something different now. Y'all have a good day.